Terrific Tuesday, my Move the Chains audience. We are back. New edition. How are we doing? Hope we're doing well out there tonight. I'm recording this right now. I didn't really have a lot to talk about, but since we got so much coaching changes and movement and all that stuff, I figured I'd dive into it today. Kind of break down each team, what's going on, what they got to do to fix this damn problem. It was Black Monday yesterday, as it always is around this time of the month, right after the season's over. I'll give you guys my take. Gerard Mayo let go. Antonio Pierce let go by the Raiders. I'll get to that tomorrow. And then Titans obviously going through some changes. They let go of Frank Carthon, the general manager, after 2 years. So let's just dive into that, okay? So I wanted to start off with the Patriots yesterday. I know they got fired yesterday, and today I need some time to think. So here's my take on the Patriots situation. That was a bizarre thing to happen. Listen, the Patriots, we're going to have some struggles this year. I said it before the year. I did pick them to finish fourth just because I didn't know about the quarterback position. Brissett, you didn't play May right away. When Ray obviously looks like a superstar in this league, keep developing around him. But it just kind of had some missteps. And I kind of felt like I watched Belichick light. And what I didn't understand was, they said in the contract, Gerard Mayo, I was reading this today from Tom Curran, who covers Boston. I like him on Dan Patrick today. And Albert Beer was talking about it, Monday Morning Quarterback. And I was kind of getting some different nuggets and stuff. And they had in his contract, like, he's a successor. He's been there 5 years. Like, give him a shot. And I just felt like sometimes when I watched Gerard Mayo, it was true. He was a first-time head coach. And he never been in this situation. And he lacked a lot of stuff. He kind of was... like it wasn't aligned right with the actions and the words, calling your team soft out loud, which again probably should have happened in the Jacksonville game. But I just, to me, there was just a lot of weird stuff going on with the Patriots. And I think, after the bye week losing to Arizona badly, then you got beat down at home just a couple weeks ago. I'm getting all my dates weirded because of the holidays, but you lost to them a couple weeks ago. So it just wasn't a lot going for you. But I will say this, in honor of the Patriots, you got a quarterback now. So you got to go hire somebody that's going to elevate this quarterback. Now, I did hear they fired Alex Van Pelt on the staff. I don't love that. Obviously, Alex Van Pelt has success in Aaron Rodgers up in Green Bay. He got Drake May to play at a really, really good level this year with nothing. I mean, I was thinking about this tonight. And you give Drake May, Caleb Williams weapons, plop them from Chicago, New England, and you give Drake May, Caleb Williams, Drake May's weapons. What a difference, okay? Now, here's the good news for New England also. They got $100 million in cap. That's great. And I heard on one of my pods tonight, Rhett Lewis mentioned this. He lived up in the Boston area, went to IU, go invest it all in offensive line. And that's what I would do if I'm the Patriots. Because if I'm going to go see how Tom Brady was so successful, they always had solid offensive line play in front of them across the board. Now, it did help they had Dante Stornecchia, one of the best all-line coaches in football, outside of Bill Callahan lately. But they need to go help Drake May out. Because I've said this before in a bunch of times on my videos. You guys are the witness. He's got talent, and Drake May's got ability. You just got to keep adding to it and keep building his confidence up. Because that job's open. And the more I think about it, Vrabel probably is going to get that job. We'll see. Because you wouldn't fire a coach if you knew which one was in waiting. So probably Vrabel's my guess. However, Raiders, I'll get to them tomorrow. They got a decision to make. Because you just fired Pierce. I told my dad tonight, I said, I'll get more into it tomorrow. But you lose 8 in a row in this league. And it didn't look great. Like, it's time to go. And interesting offseason for the Raiders, but I'll get to them tomorrow. But New England's got a lot of good things going for them. But I don't think the crap's on what they're doing. I think they just rode in this high of 20 years. And listen, I would be too. If I was winning for 20 years and then the carpet kind of got rubbed out of me, like, I don't know how I would react. Because I've been so used to winning and so used to shit that it kind of, when you get sucker punched, it's a different feeling. So I do think New England is in this good spot. They got the 4th overall pick. They have a quarterback now. They got $130 million in cap. So there's a lot of good things to build on in New England with this team. So just to recap that situation, I think New England, they got some building blocks to work with Drake May, but you got to do a better talent evaluation. They have not drafted well, and this stems from Belichick. I'm not trying to pick on him, but it is true. There's a story out, and I heard it, I think, from Seth Wickersham, or who writes books. Hey, scouts, yeah, go fuck yourself. I got it from here. So, a little goes a long way with Bill and personnel. So, the other team I wanted to touch on, and it's great having you guys in tonight. I had my list here because there's been so much noise going on, movement going on with Black Monday. Titans fired the general manager, Rand Carthon, and listen, I am a big Will Levis guy. I was in college, even though I saw some of the red flags, but didn't really look at the talent more. And I think Will Levis is on his last leg in Tennessee, is my guess. They're moving into a new stadium, I heard today. So they're trying to sell PSLs or DSLs, whatever the term is. And they need some shiny new toy. They got the number 1 overall pick. My guess is it's probably one of these quarterbacks. You could run it back with Levis for another year. You drafted Latham. I just think the Titans also, they kind of missed their window because they had that Michael Penix, and Bo Nix has been balling, and you just got a lot of things going, and you didn't take them. You took Will Levis. So you kind of missed your window last year. 2 years ago, you took Will Levis. Okay, got it. It wasn't a great quarterback class. Last year was great. Kind of reminds me of 2020 with Burrow, Herbert, Tua, all those guys. Jalen Hurts, had some success. So, So we shall see what happens in Tennessee. But the cupboard, they played hard this year. And their defense played hard. I watched a couple games of them this year. The Packer game, like I mentioned earlier. I just feel like, to me, it stems back to Will Levis. And I know Brian Callahan. I don't know him personally. Now, again, I still don't know. They just made some bad decisions on the Titans' end. Letting go of Vrabel. Who I was talking to my Uncle Marcelo about it. And he's like, they love Vrabel. And I do too. Got them respectable for kind of a dormant franchise. There's not a lot of Titan fans I know outside the ones that live in Nashville. So, we shall see. But we'll see what happens with Tennessee. I think they're going to probably take a quarterback, is my guess. Are they going to fall in love with Cam Ward? Are they going to fall in love with, Shador? We'll see. This kind of draft year kind of reminds me of that 2022 class with Kenny Pickett. It's like Kenny Pickett and a bunch of guys. You could probably get a bridge guy for a year. Maybe Aaron Rodgers. I'm throwing a name out. Sam Darnold, who knows? And ride that out and then get your guy. So to kind of fall in place when their contract's up after that year that you sign Darnold or Aaron Rodgers. I'm just throwing an idea out. So we'll see with the Titans. They got some players. There's no doubt about it. Jeffrey Simmons, Sweat on the D-line, Ridley. They got Tony Pollard at running back. They got some pieces I like with the Titans, but just a kind of a mishmash of stuff, and they're not really all aligned in the right direction. Kind of getting tug of war in every which way. So we shall see what happens there. The other one I want to touch on was the Jaguars. They cleaned house yesterday. They got rid of Doug Peterson, relieved him of his duties. And again, Doug Peterson's a competent coach. He's not a bum. He won a Super Bowl. We know he's probably overrated. Oh my God. Yeah, I beat Bill Belichick. Come on. I don't think you're overrated if you beat Bill Belichick. Okay? Just my take. Okay? So, he's fine. The Jaguars' biggest problem, and I said this is why I don't think this job. Now, again, it's got a bunch of blue chip players on it and got some players. This is, the Titans kind of similar like this. They have players, but the organization's kind of weird. Now, Titans have had more success than Jacksonville. Let's just be honest. But I kind of see it the same way, who's driving the bus? Is it the owner? Is it the general manager? We don't know. So, I look at Jacksonville, and you kept Balky? Come on, what have we done? What has he done? I'm thinking about this tonight. We know he won in San Francisco. Okay, that's a given. San Francisco's been well run, and they've had great players for my whole life. It feels like they have. Although, old-timers, like my dad and those people, that generation grew up when they were dominant, and it was kicking ass and taking names like the Bulls in the 90s, or how the WWE, which I'm representing right here. I got some more t-shirts coming in. I've been hooked. I will say, though, I do think the Titans and Jaguars are similar, but Jaguars screwed up. They paid Trevor Lawrence way more than he should have been paid after the playoff game. And I've said it before with Trevor, like, he's never going to be it. I've seen enough. He just kind of teases you. He's kind of reminds me of a Will Levis kind of falls in this. Like, the talent's really good, but it's just from game to game, you don't know. Very inconsistent. And so I don't know what Jacksonville. There's a lot of moving parts there with Jacksonville. I like the pieces. I do. But I just don't know. And a lot of these jobs are going to come down to who's the coach and what you're going to do. So, a couple other ones I want to touch on. The Bears. I don't know. The Bears one is just fascinating to me. They could go Vrabel. I wouldn't hate it. Flores could move in the division and go to the Bears. But I have my feeling, like, I think the Bears lift is like an 800-pound lift. I just think you got to bring in somebody that can carry the whole thing. The city, it's big. It's Chicago. It should be big. I saw the Giants and the Jets. Giants kept Daboll. Good. You should have. As I mentioned, my buddy Grant Sin yesterday. It was great seeing him, by the way. Much love, bro. I was talking to him, and I agree with him that he got Daniel Jones to a playoff game. So he's not a bum, okay? I know Daboll this past year has kind of sucked, and I get it. But let's not remind you people, like, just 2 years ago, they were right there. They're playing hard. Like, Brian Daboll, we can argue, like, if he's a great offensive coach. I don't know. But I like Daboll. And he lost a lot of weight. He looks good. He looks clean. He looks great. So, I think the Giants, and again, they still fucked up to me, giving Daniel Jones all that money, guaranteeing him, not franchising the right guy. They fucked up. I mean, this is what happens. You fuck around, you're going to find out. You shit in your own bed. You got to lay in it. So, I just think the Giants, they did the right thing by keeping Daboll and Shane. Although, in my opinion, I would have kept Daboll, not Shane, because Shane's just done some bad drafting, not really developing the talent level that they should. Look, we know you drafted Malik Neighbors. Anybody that their grandma would have known that guy's a great player, okay? Now, again, he's too much diva this early in his career. I don't love that. I feel like a 40-year-old get off my lawn guy, but I'm not wrong. Like, you haven't proved it. Like, you haven't done enough to be a diva, okay? Debo, those guys, pelts in the wall, okay, be a diva, whatever. I'm not a fan of it, but whatever. So, and then the Jets, they're just the same old. I don't know what they do. I think they bring back Rex Ryan. Like, that would be my play. Bring a general manager in. I know they're trying to get Rick Spielman in, some guys in there. Because I think Rex Ryan just fits. And I think that he said it perfectly. Like, I think that you just have to fit a city. You have to fit a culture and know the fan base. And I feel like Vrabel would do that with New England, and Rex Ryan would do it with the Jets. And I just feel like it would be just such electricity in the air and a little nostalgia for both franchise Jets and Patriots. So that's all I want to talk about tonight. Black Monday, very crazy, wacky stuff going on. I will keep you guys posted. Probably there's more shit going on. Excuse me. But stay tuned throughout the week. I got more content coming. We got great weekend of football, college football Thursday night, Notre Dame, Penn State. Let's go. Here come the Irish. I'm ready for it. And this weekend, Packers, Eagles, 2010 rematch. Let's go. I'll give you guys my reactions to that this weekend coming up. Stay tuned throughout the week. I got more content. Have a great night. Terrific Tuesday. Adios.